All right, let's talk about Procreate. If you've ever dreamt of having an entire art studio that you can just pick up and take with you anywhere, then you're in the right place. We're going to break it all down and see how you can go from a totally blank screen to a finished masterpiece.
And that quote, that really is the core promise here. This isn't just about doodling on a tablet. It's about having the total freedom to create whenever and wherever inspiration strikes, with absolutely no limits. You know, this one simple idea has completely changed the game for artists all over the world.
So let's start by setting up our digital studio. And I want you to forget everything you think you know about complicated software. Procreate is different. It's more like a simple, incredibly powerful canvas that's just always ready to go. And at its heart, that's really all it is. But the key here is that it was built from the ground up just for the iPad. That means it's super responsive and feels incredibly natural to use. This isn't some clunky desktop program that's been crammed under a smaller screen. No, it was designed for your hands, for touch, for the way an artist actually works.
And this really gets to the core of why so many people are moving to digital. Think about traditional painting for a second. You've got limited supplies, materials are expensive, and then there's the cleanup. Ugh. But with Procreate, you have a literally unlimited palette of colors, endless canvases, and, my personal favorite, zero messy brushes to wash. It's just pure, uncut creative freedom.
All right, if there's one concept you need to grasp, it's this one. It's the absolute superpower of digital art: layers. Just imagine you're drawing on a stack of clear, transparent sheets. You do your line art on the top sheet, then you add your colors on a sheet underneath that one, and maybe you're shading on another sheet on top. See? You can completely change the colors without ever messing up your original lines. It is an absolute game changer.
Okay, let's open up the toolkit. Now, you do not need to learn hundreds of tools to get started. In fact, we're going to focus on just 3 core things that will let you create pretty much anything you can imagine. We're talking about your brushes, your colors, and, you guessed it, your layers.
The brush library in Procreate is just massive. You can find pencils that feel like they have a real graphite texture, or you can find wet acrylic brushes that literally blend and smear right on the canvas. So whether you're just sketching a rough idea or inking a super clean comic panel, the perfect tool is already right there waiting for you.
And that same beautiful simplicity applies to color. Say goodbye to mixing paints for hours just to get that perfect shade. Here, you've got this super intuitive color wheel that gives you instant access to millions of colors. You just tap it, and you're good to go. This just removes a huge barrier and lets you focus completely on your creative vision.
So we're back to layers again, but I want you to think about them in a new way. They're your ultimate safety net. Want to try out a completely wild color scheme for your character? Just create a new layer and go for it. If you hate it, you just delete the layer. Poof, gone. Your original artwork underneath is completely safe. That freedom from fear is what unlocks true experimentation.
Okay, this is where the real magic happens. Procreate has some secret weapons that they're impossible in the traditional world. These are the little shortcuts and gestures that are going to make you feel like you're creating at the speed of thought.
You're going to want to burn these 3 gestures into your brain, because you will be using them constantly. Make a mark you don't like? Just a quick 2-finger tap on the screen, it's gone. Change your mind and want it back? A 3-finger tap brings it right back. Seriously, these become second nature so fast, you'll forget you're even doing them.
And this gets to something really profound about creating art digitally. The undo button isn't just a command, it's a creative tool. In traditional art, a mistake can feel so permanent, so intimidating. But here, a mistake is just a momentary detour. It's nothing. This freedom is what encourages you to take risks, to try new things, and to push your creative boundaries with zero consequences.
All right, you've got the studio, you've got the toolkit, and you've got the secret weapons. So what can you actually make? Let's take a quick look at the incredible range of projects you can tackle, like right now. For starters, you could bring a brand new character to life. Imagine using those awesome sketching pencils to capture their expression and then laying down bold colors on a completely separate layer to really make their personality pop, all without ever worrying that you're going to mess up that original drawing.
Or hey, maybe you want to build a whole new world. You can use those airbrush and painting tools to create these vast, mysterious landscapes. You can paint distant mountains with soft, hazy light, all on different layers, to create this incredible sense of real depth.
You could even just let your imagination go completely wild and design a creature that no one has ever seen before. Sketch out its anatomy and then experiment with all those amazing texture brushes to give it realistic scales or rough hide or even glowing skin. And remember, layers let you try out dozens of different patterns, totally risk-free. The versatility is just incredible. I mean, you can go from drawing organic creatures to designing hard surface machinery, like building a futuristic spaceship. You can use special brushes to add those perfect metallic sheens and use blending modes to make the engines actually glow. This canvas can handle anything you can dream up.
So, now it's your turn. Procreate gives you an infinite canvas and a limitless set of tools. It basically removes all the barriers between your idea and the final image. The only question left is the most exciting one of all. What story are you going to tell?